Okay, so the reason I have these on separate layers is so that I can adjust the colors individually. So let's say I don't want the bricks or the building to be as brownish. So what I can do is I can click on this and I can press Command U, and this brings up the hue and saturation adjustment. So I'm going to just turn down the saturation to make that a little bit more gray. Okay, and then maybe I'll do that to the jacket as well. I'm going to click on the jacket, press Command U, turn down the saturation on that, or maybe I even decide I want a different color for the jacket. So maybe he's wearing like a green jacket. So I'm going to dial the hue over here to a different color. And actually, green doesn't look too bad, so maybe I might keep that. And then the blue jeans might be a little too blue, so I'm going to click on that, press Command U, and turn the saturation down on those. Adjust the hue slightly. All right, so the last thing I'm going to do, which is actually going to be pretty significant, is I'm going to apply some adjustment layers. So I'm going to click this little circle here, and I'm going to go down to gradient map. And what gradient map does is it takes all the shades from black all the way to white, and it applies a different color spectrum to it. So you can see the areas that were really dark, they're here on the low end, which is this tan color, and then it's flipped here. I can actually click reverse, and it'll do that. What I want to do is I want it to go from kind of a brownish, reddish in the dark areas and make it go to a light blue for the lighter areas. I'm going to make it kind of more like this, and you'll see in a second what I'm about to do once I change the color mode or the blend mode. I want it to be kind of more bluish in the light areas, and maybe like a little more reddish here. I'm going to click OK. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this from normal to color and see what it does. Right now it's a little too intense, so I'm going to drag the opacity way down. And then the other thing I can do is there's another one called gradient here. I'm just going to turn that one on. And again, I'm going to choose maybe something like this. Change the angle, hit OK, and then change this one to color. And then lower the opacity on that. And then the last thing, well, there's many things, but another thing I can do is go to curves, and I can kind of go in and just adjust it like this. Okay, and then lastly, maybe I'll just do a desaturation. So I'm going to go down to hue and saturation, turn down the saturation a bit. And all of those together combine to make it look like maybe it's just like a faded color photo. Whereas if I hold Option and click this, this is the original black and white. This is with the color effects. So if I take these off one at a time, you can see how these all affect the color. All right, so you'll just apply these same techniques to yours, and hopefully you found this video helpful.